I mean, let's face it, coincidence is not real. Yes. And I don't just say this because I want to say it. I say this because I've watched my life over the course of 3 years, and I've realized that most of the things that happened in my life were things that have already been happening from time to time. Because when I look back and I connect the dots, I see that truly this didn't start today. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of story so you understand the point I'm trying to buttress, and also so you understand why I am making this video at this very moment, because today is December 27th, 2025. So let's circle back to December 25th, Christmas Day. And so Christmas is started pretty normal. I got up in the morning, right around 7 or so, and I was feeling sore. I wasn't feeling very energetic to get out of bed. And my dad walks in and he's like, "Yo, let's go to the market and go and get chicken." And for some reason, I didn't debate. I could have just said no, go with my younger brother. I just stood up, right? Did a couple of push-ups, one or two other exercises, and then I think a mountain climber and all. And then we left for the market. So we go to the market, we withdraw money, and we went to buy the chicken. While we're buying the chicken, and this is the interesting part. While we're buying the chicken, I and my dad turned because we had this little girl telling some other little girl, um, he go suffer for my hand, I go punish you, something like that. And we both looked at her and smiled. Next thing I know, they are both talking. What they're discussing, I have no idea. And so the next thing I know is she takes the chicken from my dad, and we're following this little girl. So apparently, the mother of this little girl kills chicken for a living. Like, you buy this live chicken and then she kills it and skins it for a living. And so when we got to the shop and they were killing our chicken, a little girl about 5 or 6 years old walks past. And I was looking at her like she's familiar, but I don't know where. I don't know. I was just staring at her. And then I followed her hand. Someone was holding her hand. And guess who was holding her hand? My sister. So it turns out that was my sister walking with my niece at the very same spot that this chicken was being killed. And the most interesting part of this story is my dad never keeps his chicken in the market. He doesn't do that. He comes home and kills it and skins the chicken himself. So for some reason, we met at that place, and we talked. We led them to where we bought chicken. They bought chicken. I got to spend a couple of time with my niece, and that was it. But that was not entirely it. I'm still coming back to how this all concerns this YouTube video they are currently watching and how coincidence don't exist. And so we got home, prepared Christmas lunch, Christmas dinner we ate, and then my sister, the same sister I saw in the market, her goods that she sells arrived, and she was nowhere close to the market. We were closer to the market than she was. Another market actually. So me and my dad comes up again and he's like, "Bro, let's go to the market again." And then I went. And I was at the market. I was at the market when they were offloading the goods. I wasn't doing anything. I was bored. So I was like, "What am I going to do?" I was like, "Okay, let me watch a YouTube video. Let me watch a podcast and pass my time with it." And the podcast was about an hour and 18 minutes or thereabout. And it was the podcast Tejlosa by Tejlosa interviewing a guy called Mattel Matelus. Now, when I heard the name, I'm like, I've seen this guy somewhere. I've communicated with this guy on Twitter, but I didn't check. So I listened to this guy talking about how he wants to. Now, this is the interesting part. How he wants to start, or how he started the YouTube channel and was posting videos every single day for a whole year. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is the exact same thing I've been thinking about doing. This is the exact same thing I want to do in 2025. This is the exact same thing I've been worried about how I'm going to do it. And this guy is talking about it. Now, remember, my sister in the market, me coming to the market again, having to pass time with a podcast, and then seeing this guy saying the same thing that I want. So, do you think coincidence exists? No, coincidence don't exist. All those things you see as coincidence, if you connect the dots, you will see that it is God, it is the universe, it is nature, whatever it is you call it, pointing you to the right direction, showing you those things that you should be doing, but you're scared of doing. Those things you are giving yourself reasons not to do. That's basically what's happening. Do you understand? Now, the question becomes, how do you use coincidence as a foil to accelerate your success without hesitation? It's simple. Once you start seeing those signs of things coming up over and over again, that is God way of telling you, I got you. This thing is something you have to do. It is not going to kill you, so go for it. It is more like confirmation bias telling you that that thing you should do it. Take this video for instance, you won't be getting this message, you won't be learning these lessons, you won't even have a simple idea of who I am or what I represent if I had not followed the nudge of starting this YouTube channel. And how I followed down on the starting the YouTube channel is by randomly, which is never random, sitting, waiting for a container to be offloaded, having a nudge, listen to a podcast video, having the nudge, listen to the podcast video that talks about a guy that started a YouTube channel. And so you seeing this message at this very moment in your life, at this very season or stage of your life, is not a coincidence. It's a nudge for you to do that thing you've been procrastinating about, for you to do that thing you've been scared about doing. Okay? So instead of saying, oh, it's a coincidence, rather what you should say is, what is the lesson in this place? What is God trying to tell me? What is the universe trying to conspire in my favor here, and act accordingly? Bless you.